Hey, kiddo, how are you? Your dad has a very busy schedule, but thankfully today he was there to watch your big game. Look at you go. I saw that strong arm of yours. You really know how to put a smile on your father's face, don't you? You've been doing our family name justice, and I'm so proud of you. I want you to keep up the good work, son. I was really happy to see you out there.
Thanks, Dad. I know how busy you are, and it really sucks that you couldn't come to the dinner tonight. I really wish that you were there, but I understand your job is really important. You're saving people's lives, and I respect that. I'd rather you go out there and help someone than come here and celebrate this stupid party with me.
What are you talking about, kid? Don't you dare think that party is stupid.
Don't think that just because you're a kid that nothing in your life is important. Even a victory like that today was a very important thing. Yeah, I know, Dad, but it's just one game, right? I mean, we didn't even win a championship or something, and we're celebrating this much. It kind of feels a bit silly.
What are you talking about, kid? Do you really think that you guys are at that restaurant celebrating because you won the match? That couldn't be further from the truth. Everyone is celebrating because of the team effort you guys put out there, and not only that, but look at its star player. I'm telling you right now, you could give an adult a run for his money. Apart from your father, I'm not really sure if there's anyone that could have the reaction speed that's fast enough to hit that ball. That is a really good arm that you have there, son. It shows that you're putting a lot of effort into training.
Thanks, Dad. I'm trying to do my best. I always stay back a little later after training to work on my throw. I really want to be a good baseball player. I want to be as good as my dad. I saw all the photos. I saw the trophies. You had so many awards when you were around my age. I feel kind of bad that I can't live up to your name. I don't have nearly as much as you do.
Oh, come on, son. Don't you dare compare me to how you are now. I was born in a different era. We were a different breed of kids back then. Baseball was all we knew. That was the only entertainment we had. You can't blame yourself for not being as successful as I was. Unfortunately for your generation, everyone is distracted by the gadgets, right? You have so many other things to spend your time on. I can't really blame anyone for not being as gifted as we were back then.
I know that. But at the same time, you don't really see me on my phone that much, right? I try to stay away from that stuff. I always try to get my friends to come out and practice a bit more, but they always want to relax after training. They aren't really into working that hard, so most of the time I have to do this on my own. It gets pretty boring, and not only that, but it's not as competitive as I would want it to be.
Look, kid, I kind of know where you're coming from. I know it must really suck. I mean, you're not born into a generation of warriors. Unfortunately, they just don't have the same drive that you do. But let me just say something about you, kid. You have something really special, you know that?
Do I really?
Sure you do. How many kids do you think are out there that have the same mindset as you? I'm telling you right now, every single one of them sits on their phones, wasting their life away, but you want to do something different. You want to actually get out there and do something for yourself. That's something special. That is something to be proud of.
Thanks, Dad. It means a lot coming from you. I'm always trying to do my best, whether it's sports or schooling.
And would you look at that? You know, there's a reason why I keep calling you my little superstar. You're always doing so well. Like, think about it, Trent. Anytime I have a conversation with your teachers, they're always telling me about how much of a good student you are, how much of a role model you are for the class. Apparently, all the other kids look up to you as someone they can respect. It reminds me a lot of when I was younger. I was somewhat of a leader myself.
Were you really, Dad?
Well, of course I was. Do you really think I would get into the position that I am now if I wasn't a leader back then? Trust me, whenever someone was in doubt or needed someone to make decisions, I was always the one they could count on. I always made sure that everyone was safe and doing the right thing, and it seems like you're following in my footsteps too.
Well, I'm trying my best. Everyone talks about how cool my dad is. I mean, you're an actual firefighter. Do you know how much the kids go crazy about that type of thing? They think it's the most awesome job ever. Everyone keeps complaining about how lame their parents are. They say their dad is just some boring old office worker that comes home late at night and is extremely tired. Some of them tell me that their dad works at a gas station and constantly complains about how much he hates his job. But not you, Dad. You're so different. You've always got this positive attitude towards what you do. Even when you're at work for the whole day, you always come home with a smile. I can see how much Mom loves it. Every time you come home, you go straight to her, holster her up and twirl her in the air as you kiss her. After that, you always come to the dinner table in a really good mood, talking about the crazy stories you had for that day. Sometimes it's really sad. Sometimes you have bad news and you say that there were some people that you couldn't save from the fires. I can see that it really hurts you. I can see that you're really affected by it. But despite all of that, you've always had a happy disposition, and it's what I've admired in my dad. I always tell the kids about it at school. Even though you're doing the coolest job in the world and it's super dangerous, even though you see a lot of horrific things, you always come home with a smile on your face. And I'm really happy every time I see that. It makes me so proud to call you my father.
Well, would you look at that, kiddo? First, you put a smile on my face, displaying an absolute killer of a performance out there. And now you're gonna flatter your father like this? I bet you want to try and burst me into tears or something. Did your mother put you up to task? Is this some sort of challenge? She must have said something like that, right? She said that she would give you a little bit of extra pocket money if you made your old pops cry, didn't she?
Maybe you might be right about that, Dad. She does like playing those little challenges from time to time, doesn't she? But I'm speaking seriously. She didn't do anything like that this time. I'm just speaking from the heart. I'm being genuine with you. Because I have such an awesome dad, it makes me want to do these things. It makes me want to be a leader at school. It makes me want to get the best grades and be the best individual I can be, and it especially makes me want to do well with the baseball team. I want to be the star player just like you. I want to end up in the newspaper just like you. And you know what, Dad? Even now, people talk about you in this community. It doesn't matter what store we go to, people bring up your name and how awesome a player you were when you were a kid. Not only that, but you're so respected for being a firefighter. You being such an awesome person gives me the motivation to try my best at whatever I can do.
Yeah, well, what can I say, kid? A good father is going to show his son exactly how he can become, right? But let me key you in on a little bit of a secret detail. The fact of the matter is that even though I'm this awesome person in your eyes, you can be a lot more than this.
What do you mean, Dad?
Well, what I'm trying to say to you is that you have the potential to exceed me. You may be looking at me and thinking that I had a lot of home runs back when I was a kid playing on that baseball team. You might think that I'm a fantastic fireman with an impeccable record for saving people in this town. You may think that I'm one of the most highly regarded people in this community. But despite all of that, despite my accolades and my accomplishments, I believe with every bone in my body that my son can do a lot better than this.
Wow, Dad, even better than that? I can hardly believe it. How can someone be even better than what you are now?
Well, son, that's the exciting part, isn't it? That's up to you to show your true colors. It all depends on how much you want to work hard. It all depends on your mental spirit. If you're willing to go through pain and still smile at the end of it, you're one step closer to being me. And if you can keep up that attitude, you'll even exceed me.
No way, Dad. I don't even know what to say. How could I be even cooler than you? How could I even be cooler than one of the bravest and coolest firefighters that ever existed? I can't even imagine it.
I know. You being at the stage that you are now would make it hard for you to understand why this could be a possibility. But your father looks at the world differently. Your father can see things that you can't see yet. It's not particularly your fault. You're still a young boy. Your brain needs to develop a little bit more for you to gain this insight, but I can see you becoming a great man one day. All you gotta do is keep impressing your father. You have to keep doing things that make him happy. You have to keep showing that you're a truly exceptional kid. Do you understand that, Trent?
Yeah, Dad, I think I do. And you know what? Don't worry. Even if you didn't tell me that, I would still be aiming for the best that I can be. I'm gonna make both you and Mom proud.
That's my boy. Speaking of which, how is your mother anyway? I've known your mother for a very long time now, and I know that whenever these little celebration dinners occur, she tends to go a bit overboard. Especially when it's to do with family. I'm usually there to regulate how much she drinks, but I'm not there now. So you make sure to take care of her, okay?
No need to tell me that. I've already made sure that Mom got home safe and sound.
Well, that's good to hear. How was she at the party, anyway? Did she behave herself?
Well, look, she didn't do anything to hurt anyone. She definitely was one of the people that was having a lot more fun than everyone else. I will say that she was a little bit over the top, though. I think she lost sense of what she was doing.
That woman. Look, I love her to bits. She's an amazing woman, but when she gets to drinking, she starts to act in ways that would surprise you.
I know. Every time Mom drinks, I see a different side to her. But it was really sweet to see, Dad. All she would talk about is how proud she is of her family. I mean, she kept rubbing my cheeks like I was still a little boy, like this cute little munchkin that she couldn't get enough of. After that, she was bragging about how much of a good boy I was to everyone. Not only was I really obedient and trying my best at school, but I had a really good performance today, and she was over the moon about that. I think it got to the point where she was annoying other people.
That's your mother for you. I don't know what to tell you, kid. She's never been able to suppress that side of her when she gets the drink in her.
But that's not it, Dad. She was also talking about you. She said that she owes a lot of the good parts of her life to you. Apparently, you took her away from a really bad place. She wasn't doing well in her life, and you gave her something to look forward to. You gave her a family that she could enjoy. What do you think about that, Dad? Was her life really that bad?
Well, I know what she's talking about, and it's really sweet of her to say it like that. It's quite rare for her to say something like that to my face, but the fact that she's actually feeling it and tells other people about it puts a smile on my face.
I know, I thought it was really cute too. But anyway, I didn't want it to get out of hand. Obviously, we can't have the whole party be about Mom spilling her alcohol everywhere and bragging about us all the time. It's gonna make everyone else feel bad, so I ate as much food as I could and we got out of there as soon as possible. We called in an Uber and let everyone else enjoy the party to themselves without Mom trying to destroy everything.
That was a pretty good decision, kid. You know what? Even when your pops isn't there, you know exactly what to do. Watching you grow up this fast makes your old man happy, you know? I want you to keep it up.
Of course, Dad. I'll do what I can anyway. Mom's not in a state to get the house clean, so I'm gonna get around to it now. After that, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you can come home soon.
Yeah, of course. And don't you worry too much about that mess. Even a little bit of mess is okay, you understand me? The most important thing is that you get your sleep. Have a nice long rest so that you can wake up in the morning fresh and ready to get back to training. If you really want to beat your pops, that's exactly what you have to do.
Oh my God, Mom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You have no idea the type of day that I've had. I wish I'd seen your messages sooner. I was just doing what I always do at school, focusing on my studies and trying to be as diligent as possible. I am such an idiot. I should have known that things like this happen once in a blue moon. I should be checking my phone more regularly. Just so you know, I'm on my way there now. I'm gonna make sure everything is fine. God, I feel like such an idiot. I hope you can forgive me for not realizing sooner.
Trent, look, I don't want you to blame yourself right now, especially considering the circumstances. The fact is, you were only doing the right thing by focusing on your studies, right? I don't want you to blame yourself for that. I'm sure your father would understand too.
Yeah, well, it's not good enough, Mom. It doesn't excuse the fact that I've been this ignorant. My studies aren't nearly as important as what's happening right now. Can you tell me what happened with Dad? You only sent me a message saying that he got into an accident. It's not severe, is it?
Son, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to take this. You should probably stay at home.
What do you mean stay at home? How bad is it, Mom? You're making me really scared right now. If it's that bad, you know I have to be there. I have to be by my dad's side. He needs his family around him.
You're not wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he'd understand if you just stayed at home. He's not a weak man after all. He's quite strong-willed. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be fine. He'll understand if you just want to focus on your studies.
How could you say something so stupid right now, Mom? Of course I can't focus on my studies. With the way that you're talking, it's quite obvious that something really serious has happened. He must be really badly injured. He's probably on the verge of death, right?
Look, I'm not sure. I don't know what to say to that.
You see what I mean? You're being so vague about it. Obviously, you're telling me something that I don't want to hear, so I better just go and check it out myself. Let's say that something horrible actually happened to him. How could I live with myself? I'm not going to be some weakling that runs away from tragedy. That's not what Dad would do, and it's definitely not what I would do.
Trent, year after year, you continue to amaze me. I mean, you're really a son that a mother could be proud of. You know what? It's fine. I think you should come. It's like you say, your father would want you to be here, even if it was too much for you to bear. He wouldn't want you to be some weakling that runs away from this, so you definitely should come here.
I know, right? That's what I've been trying to tell you. How is he anyway? Is it really bad? Can you tell me what happened?
Look, Trent, it's exactly as you can expect. I mean, take a look at the work that your father is involved in. You know how dangerous it is, right? You know he's risking his life every day for the people of this city.
I know that, Mom. Something really horrible must have happened while he was on the job. Did he get burned or something?
He got a little more than burned. It's so bad what happened to him. I can't believe it. He didn't deserve it.
He didn't deserve what?
Well, look, here's what happened. It was meant to be like any other job. There was a fire in an apartment, and he went there with his team to extinguish it. Him and his team managed to get everyone out of that building. At least, they thought they did. They were about to call everyone back outside until they heard a voice. There was a mother and her daughter screaming in a different room. Apparently, your father heard this and went to the rescue. His other teammates tried to call him back, saying it was too dangerous and they needed to evacuate immediately. Your father, being as stubborn as he is, but also as experienced as he is, thought there was a chance to save them if he played his cards right. Eventually, he found them in a room that was blocked by debris. Your father, being a strong man, managed to get that debris out of the way in quite a swift manner. He helped the mother and daughter over it, and they ran out to safety. He went to follow after them until...
Until what? Mom, what?
Until the ceiling above him collapsed, crushing him.
Oh my God, this is horrible, Mom. He would always tell us about how many teammates he's had die from that type of thing happening, right? I can't believe it actually happened to him too. So, basically that's it then, isn't it? He's passing away, leaving us forever?
Not exactly. He's a stubborn old man. I don't think things can kill him that easily. He's trained himself to be stronger than that. Thankfully, the mother and daughter that got out noticed what happened and told the team immediately. Everyone has a lot of respect for your father, so every single one of them went in there to help him. They got him out of there, but the damage to his body was incredible.
Of course it was. He just had a ceiling of concrete crash on top of him. He must be in an absolute pain right now.
He sure is. I can hear the screaming in the other room. It's kind of why I don't want you to come. I don't want you to see this side of your father. I want you to retain any positive memory that you have of him.
Do you really think I give a damn about that type of thing, Mom? I don't care what I see in there. I don't care if he's wailing in there like a baby. I will always have the utmost respect for my father. He's a great man who's helped so many people in the city. Have they talked about his injuries yet?
It's still too early for them to make a final conclusion on what's going to happen to him. But considering the amount of damage that's been incurred upon his body, they say there's a very low likelihood of him being able to walk.
What are you trying to say right now, Mom? That he's going to be a cripple? Are you trying to say that he's going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life?
Look, I don't want to say anything just yet. Nothing is definite. We won't know until time passes and they actually conduct some tests on him. What we do know is that his legs are absolutely mangled from that ceiling, and there's a lot of damage done to his lower back, too. Not to mention any potential brain trauma he may have sustained to the head.
Oh, come on, Mom. You and I both know what's going on here. If that's not a clear sign of what his life is going to be like from this point on, I don't know what is.
Don't say things like that, Trent. You can't lose hope yet. This is your father we're talking about.
You know what? You're right. I shouldn't be saying these types of things to you. You're probably just as hurt as I am. I shouldn't be saying things that hurt you, Mom. I know that whatever pain I'm experiencing right now must be 1,000 times worse for you. You absolutely loved this man.
Thank you for understanding. You have no idea how much this is affecting me right now, Trent. Your father means everything to me. Him and I have been through everything together. We've been through the good times and the bad times, too. No matter what has happened in my life, I've always had him by my side. You know how we met, right?
I do. You guys were high school sweethearts, right?
Exactly. He's been a great man ever since he was a young boy. There's never been another person that I can respect more than him. But I can't bear for something like this to happen to him. It just hurts me too much.
I know, Mom. Just remember this. No matter what happens, I'm always going to be here, okay? I'm always going to be someone who's going to protect this family. And you know what? It doesn't matter what happens to Dad. If he makes it through this, I'm going to protect him too.
I know, Trent.
Anyway, Mom, I'm almost at the hospital, so we'll talk then. I just hope my dad is alright. This is just getting ridiculous now, Mom. I've had enough. We need to go there. We need to set this right.
Hold on, Trent. Don't do something like that. You don't know how delicate a state he's in right now. Let's not do anything that we're going to regret.
How could you say something like that, Mom? Do you really think that this is appropriate behavior? Are we just meant to continue this for the rest of our lives? At some point, this has to let up. We can't let him continue doing this.
Do you really think that's a smart thing to do, Trent? Do you really think it's a smart idea to go in there in a flare and just overwhelm him?
Look, Mom, I don't know. But I know that we can't sit here and let this happen. I mean, look, I get it. Something really traumatic has happened. I know that. Dad's taking it really harshly, and we gave him a little bit of space because of it, but now it's just getting ridiculous. Even you must admit it. Can you honestly sit there and tell me that you're happy with this situation?
Did I say that I was happy with this, Trent? I haven't been saying that at all.
Well, it seems like you're okay with something like this happening. Do you really want Dad to just sit in there like a vegetable? Do you really think it's okay for him to be cutting off his social relations with everyone? This is so stupid. I can't believe you're trying to stop me from going in there.
Look, I know where you're coming from, Trent. I know that something like this is going to anger you, but think about your father's position. Think about what has just happened to him. He's just lost one of the biggest passions in his life. You know, he's been working in that job ever since he and I graduated from high school. He started being a firefighter on a whim. He just looked it in the newspaper and it was the first job that he found. He wasn't particularly dreaming about being a firefighter or anything. And let me tell you what, he started to learn the ropes. He started to learn how to become a firefighter. And when he went out on that first run, he told me it was one of the most exhilarating things he's ever experienced. Knowing that, do you really think it's fair to look at him so harshly right now? You know the condition he's in.
Look, Mom, I get it. I'm not saying that something like this wouldn't hurt. Any person who had that much passion for something and had to lose it would be in a horrible state of mind. I'm not denying that, but I just feel a little bit ashamed that Dad's actually succumbing to this.
What are you trying to say right now, Trent? Are you trying to say that he shouldn't be human?
No, Mom, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, look, he's allowed to feel however he wants to feel, but I'm just a little ashamed of what I'm looking at. Like, I thought he was stronger than that. He's meant to be the guy that I look up to, and he's sitting there sulking in his room? It's making me really angry at him. I want him to get out of there and fight this. I don't want him to just give in. I mean, even the doctors said so themselves, right? With the amount of mental resilience he had during the operation and whatnot, he's been able to get his body into a good condition. They said there's some little chance that he'll be able to walk again.
Okay, Trent. I know that the doctors said that and everything, but you need to look at the details. The doctors said that there was a minor chance that it could happen. It's not a definite thing, and it's also going to be excruciating for your father.
I don't care. If he's the man that he's been up until now, that sort of thing wouldn't bother him. He's meant to be a fighter, Mom. He's meant to defy the odds. That's what he's done as a fireman, right? So I can't believe he's doing what he's doing now. He should have a fire in his belly telling him that he needs to get out of there and get after it. He needs to learn how to walk again. He needs to get himself into a position where he can actually start working again.
Are you sure that's fair to ask of him, Trent? Have you really thought about things from his perspective? Like, just think for a second about a couple of things. Think about his age. He's not a young man anymore. He's probably looking to settle down at some point anyway. All this means is that he's got an early retirement. And you know what? Your father's already given enough to this community. He's been working as a fireman for his whole life now. He sacrificed a lot, you know. I really want you to be a little bit more lenient on him. Can you do that for me? Can you have a little bit more sympathy for your father? You know, he's already done so much for you. Every little penny that he's had has gone towards you and your future. It's gone towards your education. It's gone towards food, and it's gone to supplements that are going to contribute to a healthy body. He's really cared about you, you know? And I want you to reciprocate that care back to him. What do you think, Trent?
Look, I don't know, Mom. I don't know how to think about this. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him. I'm not the one that got into the accident, right? I'm not the one who's paralyzed from the waist down. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him. If I were in the situation that he's in, maybe I would feel even worse from it. I mean, you know how Dad is, right? He's always been known to be a really strong guy. I'm not nearly as strong as him, so maybe this is so traumatic that it actually breaks him. I probably would be broken even further.
Don't talk about your father like that!
Don't talk about him like what? Saying that he's broken?
He's not broken yet. There's still a chance for him. I mean, think about it. It's only been a couple of weeks, and you're already trying to get him into gear. Maybe he needs a little bit more time. He's still coming to grips with his circumstance. He's still trying to figure out what's going to happen from this point on. There must be a lot on his mind. He'd be thinking about you. He'd be thinking about me. Just remember that it's not just his physical incapacity that's bothering him. It's going to be his family as well.
You're right, Mom. You're totally right about that. I can't believe I've been so blind. I've been really ignorant. I should have considered that he was going through that as well. You might have a point. I might have to be a bit more sympathetic towards him.
Exactly. With the state of things now, we can't start fighting with each other. This is a really tenuous situation, and it's going to require a lot of grit and teamwork. There's a storm coming ahead.
What do you mean by that, Mom?
Well, look, your dad is out of the job, so nothing's going to be easy. And on top of that, your father has medical bills to pay for, right? The moment he starts his rehabilitation, it's not going to be cheap. That type of thing costs money.
Oh my God, how could I be so stupid? You're right. Of course it's gonna cost money. It's gonna cost so much money, and we don't even have our dad working.
You see what I'm getting at now. But I just want you to know that everything's going to be fine. I don't want you to worry about this.
What are you saying right now, Mom? This is so weird. Why are you the one telling me this instead of me?
What do you mean?
Well, the fact of the matter is that I'm going to be taking care of everyone. I don't want you to have that burden.
Trent, don't say something so stupid. You're still a boy. This isn't your responsibility.
But Mom, think about it. You haven't worked in years. You've been the one that takes care of me, Dad, and the house itself. There's no way that we could get you out there working again. It's just not right.
Well, let me say something. Back when your father was starting out as a fireman, I was working for a bit, so don't act like I'm incompetent or anything.
That's not what I'm trying to say, Mom. I think you're well capable of getting a job done, but that's not the point. It's about what's right. It's not right for us to put you to work at your age. This is a responsibility that's left to me.
What are you talking about right now, Trent? That's even more absurd than me working. Why would we get a boy who hasn't even finished high school yet to start working? That's insane.
Look, Mom, don't forget that I'm almost about to graduate. I mean, I know it's really hard for me to say this, but the timing of Dad getting in this accident is really good.
What do you mean by that?
Well, all that I'm saying is that I'm going to graduate soon. I'm going to get straight to work. In fact, I'm going to start before then. We'll have to sacrifice my studies a bit, but it should be fine.
What did you just say? No, that's out of the question, Trent. You are not sacrificing your studies for this. Just leave it to me. It's not worth it.
Mom, come on. My studies aren't really that important, and you know that I'm a good kid. I've already worked my butt off at school. I have good enough grades already. Even if I get a couple of bad grades here and there, I'll still be able to graduate. It's not that bad. I can go to school and work at the same time. It's not an issue.
Okay, and what is your plan exactly then, Trent? Are you just going to go off and become a firefighter? That isn't exactly a part-time position, you know.
Well, Mom, considering the circumstance, I can't possibly become a firefighter.
What do you mean by that?
Well, look, I know it's my dream and everything. I mean, I've always looked up to Dad. I've always seen him as this really cool guy that I wanted to be, and not even that, I wanted to be more than him. But the fact of the matter is that it's just too risky. I mean, think about it. Dad's injured at the moment, and he can't go back to work. What if that happens to me? I'm not experienced as that. The likelihood that something bad is going to happen to me is pretty high. I can't risk being a firefighter right now. I'm going to have to do something else.
Are you sure you're okay with that, Trent? I mean, you're basically giving up your dream right now.
I don't have a choice, really. I mean, I'm not going to do it forever. I'm just going to do it until Dad can get rehabilitated.
What are you going to do in the meantime?
Well, it kind of sucks, but I'm just going to have to play the corporate game. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Everything is going to cost a lot of money, right? I'm going to have to get a job that pays me a lot of money really quickly. And the only way I can do that is to get into some sort of business and work until the skin falls off my bones. Hopefully impress enough people to get raises and promotions.
Are you sure that's what you want to do? It's so out of your character, Trent. You haven't been building yourself up to be that type of man. This isn't who you are. I don't really think you should do this. It's not necessary. If you just leave everything to me, we'll get by just fine.
Mom, look, if I just leave everything to you, we're going to be lacking in some areas. We probably have to go without food, or maybe Dad doesn't get his rehabilitation. You can work alongside me and that's fine. I don't want you to overexert yourself though. I'm going to do what it takes to get the money that we need.
Are you sure about this, though? You're going to go into an environment that you're not even suited for.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I don't have a choice. If I had to be a particular person to get the job done, then that's the way it has to be. I want you to respect that. I want you to respect my decision. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm allowed to make my own decisions.
You're right. You're so right. I can't believe I'm trying to sit here and argue with you. You're your own man now. You know what you need to do, and you're chasing after it. I shouldn't be here stopping you. I should be supporting you in whatever you do.
That's right, Mom. I'm telling you right now, my dad getting better is the most important thing to me. I want him to be the man that he was before he got into that accident. I'm going to work hard to make sure that he gets this rehabilitation and we don't have to struggle with money. I promise you this. I don't want you to worry about a thing.
Boy! 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 Don't ignore me, boy. You know you've done something wrong. You know you're in trouble. Just be a man and face me. Accept your judgment.
What is it, Dad? What are you so angry about?
Don't give me that attitude, acting like you don't know what's going on here. You know exactly what I'm angry about, and don't try and sit there and pretend that you don't.
Honestly, with the things that I have to worry about lately, I don't really have time to think about what you're angry about. So we can just make this conversation a lot quicker if you just tell me.
You're really gonna play the whole stupid act? Okay, fine. You can do that, and then you can get the hell out of my house.
What did you just say?
Yeah, you heard me. I'm not gonna put up with some boy disrespecting me in this manner. Look at you sitting there pretending like you don't know what's going on. Are you still a kid, Trent? Are you childish? Because I'm telling you right now, that's what children do. Children are the ones who pretend that they don't know what's going on.
Dad, I'm finding it really hard not to get angry at you right now. Instead of sitting there insulting me, how about you just tell me what's wrong and then I can fix this?
Okay, then I guess I really have to tell you this like you're some stupid little kid. You know, I thought that you were smart enough to use your own brain. All of those teachers praised you for how smart you were, and you can't even guess why I'm angry at you. It should be obvious. I woke up this morning and saw a pathetic excuse for a number in my account. At first, I thought someone was giving me free money and your money would come later. I waited and I waited, expecting the money that we agreed on to come in at any time. And guess what? It just didn't. So do you care to explain why something like this has happened? What's going on here? Are you losing your edge? Are you spending this money on some girl? Or maybe it's something even worse. Maybe you're off partying with a bunch of hooligans. Knowing someone with the mental fortitude that you have, I can definitely see that as the case.
Oh, shut up, Dad. Shut up right now. Stop acting like I'm abusing my money. You know that every dollar I have goes into this household. It goes into our food, our rent, our utilities, and most of all, it goes into your treatment. So I don't want you to sit there insulting me about it.
Well, how can I stop myself from doing that? It's quite clear that you're doing something wrong here because I just got significantly less than what I usually get. So I demand to know what is happening.
Well, look, Dad. I know it might be hard for you to understand, but things aren't exactly cheap at the moment. The economy is in a bad state and the rent is getting more expensive, not to mention the food. At the moment, we're only getting the bare minimum of nutrition so we can pay for your treatment. And despite that, the food that we originally thought was cheap is now getting as expensive as the expensive food was. We're really in a pinch here, and I simply can't afford to give you the same amount of money that I used to give you every week.
Okay. And do you think that's a good enough excuse, Trent? You do realize the consequences of your incompetence, right? The fact that you can't get in the required amount of money every week means that I'm not going to be able to get the treatment that I need for this rehabilitation. Do you even care about your father at all? Do you even remember those values of family that were instilled in you?
Of course I do, Dad. I think about it every day. It's part of who I am. It's for that exact reason that I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I want you to be the man that you used to be. I want you to be the strong firefighter who was saving people in this town. I believe that's a possibility. I don't care what the doctors have told you. I know if we get the rehabilitation and you try your best, I'm going to get the father that I used to have.
Well, would you look at that? That just speaks volumes about you, Trent. That's how you view me, right? You just view me as this cripple? You view me as broken? The father you used to have? What you're basically telling me right now is that you don't consider me your father. Is that how you've looked at me this whole time, kid? If I wasn't this cool firefighter who was saving everyone, you couldn't love me as your father? That's basically what you're trying to say, right?
Come on, Dad, you're getting emotional now. I'm not saying any of that. Stop saying something so stupid.
Well, no, I'm asking you a question, kid. Is that actually what you think of me? Have you even thought about the things that I've done for you so far? Who cares if I've had this accident and I'm in the state that I am in now? I've still paid for your education. I've raised you and I've turned you into a proper man. At least I thought I did. A proper man would be able to give me the money that's required every week.
Dad, I just told you the situation, right? Things aren't easy. And guess what? They're not raising my salary either. I'm already in a high enough position, earning some of the best money out there, and it's still pretty hard.
You know what? All I'm hearing at the moment are excuses. I raised you better than that, you know? You were supposed to be the type of guy that got the job done. If you need to do something, you would do it. That's the way I've lived my life, and that's the way I expect you to live yours. Except now, look at you. This household needs money, and you're incapable of giving it money. You're just like the rest of them, a loser.
Okay then, Dad. Well, how about I just spit that one right back at you?
What did you just say to me?
Yeah, that's right. You're telling me that if something needs to be done, then I should just do it, right? Then how about we talk about you? If you're meant to be walking at some stage, then why aren't you? Why are you still stuck in that wheelchair?
Don't you dare talk to me that way, kid. You don't know how tough this is on me.
I'm not saying it's easy, but neither is what I'm doing. At least you don't see me drinking every day trying to cure my sadness. I'm actually out there trying to do something about the situation. From my point of view, it just looks like you don't care at all anymore.
Don't you dare talk to me that way. If you could just get the money for the rehabilitation, everything would be fine. I'd be walking now, and I'd probably be walking even better than you. But because of you and your incompetence, that's never gonna happen. You're worse than that pig of a mother of yours.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah, you heard me. You're pathetic.
No, what did you just say about Mom? Did you actually just call her a pig?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you?
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. I mean, for the past couple of years, you've been insulting me and I've been fine with it, to be honest. It hasn't really affected me. I'm still able to do what I always do. There's a part of what you say that rings true. Maybe I am incompetent. Maybe I could be earning a lot more money than I am right now. It was fine for you to disrespect me, but for you to actually disrespect Mom? Now that's a totally different story. How the hell could you say something like that about her? This is the woman who has stuck by your side for years. To this day, she's still by your side trying to support you. She's even going to work for you as well, and you're gonna sit there and call her a pig?
Well, what I'm telling you right now, kid, she's gone far too long being useless without being insulted for it. Honestly, if her cooking and maintenance of the house wasn't bad enough, take a look at what she did the other day with that car. What an absolute ditz. You know, that's just one more big expense that we have to pay for. She's sabotaging everything.
Dad, you really don't understand the situation at all, do you? She hasn't always been this way. She's always been really good at cooking. She's always been able to keep the house in a good condition. But she's so tired now. She has to work all the time so that she can maintain the house with me. The only reason she crashed that car was because she was trying to get home from work and she was overtired. And you know what? You're calling it this big expense, but let's face the facts. It's not even that bad. She only damaged the bumper a little bit, and with a little bit of work that doesn't cost that much, it's still gonna be roadworthy.
What are you trying to say right now? Is that meant to convince me that she's not useless? That I shouldn't even be blaming her? At the end of the day, I should be blaming myself for not being smart enough to choose a better wife.
Don't you dare talk about my mother that way. You can say whatever the hell you want about me, but I'm not gonna let you insult her.
Okay then. So, what are you gonna do about it, big man? Are you gonna come and beat me up? You're gonna come beat up a man in a wheelchair? I didn't know you were that much of a wimp. The only time you try and pick a fight with me is when I'm in the condition that I am in right now. Well, let me tell you now, kid, I could still beat the crap out of you in this wheelchair if I wanted to.
Oh, shut up, Dad. Just shut up. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna listen to you. You got your money, and that's that. I am done with you. Keep your bitterness to yourself. I'm not gonna hear another word of it.
What's going on, son? Are you running away from a challenge? So even a guy in a wheelchair scares you, huh? What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna cry to your mommy? What a wimp.
Hey, Trent, honey. You've been really quiet these days. I know you're feeling the stress of work. I know your father doesn't like to say it, but we both recognize how hard you're working. You're such a good man. You have no idea how proud I am of you. But here's the thing. I know you're in the trenches at the moment. You're down in the dumps. You're waiting for that one thing to just pick you up. Well, I want you to go look in your bank account right now. I'm pretty sure you're going to like what you see.
Hey, Mom, thanks for messaging me. With the amount of work you and I do, we rarely get to see each other, don't we? I'll check my bank account now. Hold on a second. What the hell am I looking at? What is this?
This is my gift to you, son. This is for all of your hard work.
Mom, this is a crazy amount of money. Where the hell did you get this? I find it really hard to believe that you got this money legitimately. I need you to explain what this money is right now.
Well, it's the money that you've been paying into this household up until now. I did the calculations, and I figured out how much money you're investing in us every week. The total sum ended up being this.
Okay, fair enough. You paid me back for all the money that I've given you guys. But at the same time, are you sure this calculation is correct? I don't want to be greedy or anything. Mom, but this is quite a low number considering how much I've given you guys.
What are you talking about?
Well, looking at this, it's almost as if I've been giving you $750 a week instead of $1,000.
That's exactly how much you've been giving us, though, right? $750?
I've been giving you $1,000.
Hold on a second. This isn't making any sense. Are you sure about that?
I am. But you know what? That's beside the point. How did you get this money anyway?
Well, here's the thing. At the moment, I'm working to develop some level of income, but it hasn't always been that way. While your father was out there being a fireman earning money for this family, I was investing a little bit of money in stocks. It actually accumulated to a decent amount of wealth, and I didn't tell anyone about it.
Are you serious now, Mom? Why didn't you tell me about it?
Oh, look, you were so passionate about wanting to help your dad, and I wanted you to become a hard worker. I wanted you to go through the trials and tribulations so that you would become a good man. But you know what? I've seen how hard you're working lately, and I think it's about time that I give you this money. It's time that you had a break. And don't tell your father about this. I know there's a lot of tension between you and him lately. This is our little secret.
I really don't know what to say right now. I want to thank you, but I don't think it's enough to show you my gratitude.
It's all right, son. You don't need to say anything at all. You've already made me proud enough with your actions.
But hang on a minute, Mom. I need to get one thing straight. Dad has always been asking me for $1,000, and you thought that I was only paying $750 up until now? If that's the case, where has the remaining $250 gone?
I'm not sure. I let your father handle all the money. That's out of my realm.
I don't know about you, but I smell something fishy going on here. Knowing Dad in the state that he's in, he's definitely up to something.
What are you talking about?
Look, Mom, there's something wrong with his attitude lately. He seems to hate us. We're his own family, and he actually hates us. We have been doing so much for him, and he just keeps retaliating. At first, it was just me. He kept criticizing me and calling me less of a man because I'm not able to pay him the amount we agreed upon. But then, he even went as far as to insult you. Can you believe that? You've been his biggest support his whole life, and he actually does something like that? It makes me sick to the stomach.
Trent, honey, I know how you're feeling right now, but I don't want you to take it too seriously. You know the type of life he's had. You know how much this is affecting him.
Yeah, well, I don't see it as a good enough excuse, Mom. He's using that money for something apart from treatment, and then he's complaining that I can't give him the money for treatment? I'm not gonna let this guy insult me like that. I am gonna figure out what he's been putting that money towards.
Just what in the hell is going on right now? This is not the type of thing that I wanted to wake up to on a nice Sunday morning. Why do I go out into the living room and see that half of the furniture is gone? And also, why are both yours and your mother's rooms empty? This doesn't make any sense.
Put the pieces together for yourself, Dad. You should know what's going on.
Okay, you want me to say that you guys are actually leaving me, right? Well, why? Why would you do something like this?
We're doing this because my piece of a crap dad has fallen and become so distorted that I can't even remember the image of him when he was a firefighter.
What did you just call me? Piece of crap? You called me distorted? On what basis do you call me this, Trent? I find that really grand coming from the guy who can't even give me a basic amount of money every week.
Don't you dare talk to me about money. Don't you dare talk to me about it when you've been abusing it.
Oh, really now? I've been abusing the money, have I? Well, tell me then, how have I been abusing it exactly?
Just check your own web browser history, Dad, and you'll see the answers for yourself.
What? So I watch a little bit of YouTube every now and then and my family actually decides to leave me? Where's the logic in that? That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard.
You watch a lot more than YouTube. You've been giving money to young college girls, haven't you?
I'm sorry, what now?
That's right. We've seen all the OnlyFans subscriptions that you have, Dad. We've seen how much money you've been spending on them. You haven't spent a cent on your rehabilitation. Here you are telling us that you've been doing what you can to get better and whatnot, but it's all been a lie, hasn't it? This is exactly where you've been exerting your energies. You've been exerting it into your own lust.
What the hell are you talking about, kid? I've got no idea what this OnlyFans thing is.
Don't try and sit there and act like you don't know what it is, Dad. Weren't you the one that told me it was childish to pretend that you weren't in the wrong when you actually are? You're just looking more pathetic by the second. Instead of trying to act stupid, how about you just give us a reason why? Why would you turn your back against a family that was doing whatever it could to help you? Why would you put your money towards something as distasteful as this? What the hell has happened to the man that I admired, the guy that made me want to become a firefighter? Give me some answers and maybe we'll come back there.
You really are good for nothing, son.
You know that insulting me isn't going to get you anywhere, Dad. Only the truth has a chance of saving you.
Fine. You want to talk about this then? I'll tell you why I am the way that I am. The fact of the matter is, my life is done now. I'm a broken man. I've lost my dream. I've lost my passion. Do you know how much enjoyment I got from being a firefighter? It was the thing that I woke up for every day. It was the reason why I was able to look my wife in the eyes and tell her I love her. It was the whole reason I was a role model to my son. But now look at me. I do the right thing and I pay the price for it. My whole life I've done nothing but save people. And then all of a sudden this terrible thing happens to me? It's not fair. It's not right. So you know what? If the world wants to punish me like I'm a horrible person, then why not? I'll just become that horrible person. All of my good deeds have amounted to nothing.
The Dad I knew would never talk that way. The Dad I knew would face the odds, regardless of how bleak they looked. He wouldn't start wallowing in his sadness, thinking about how miserable he is, and he definitely wouldn't punish his family for it. Honestly, Dad, I have lost so much respect for you. Even if you didn't tell me the truth right now, I knew something like this was happening. And you know what? I don't think you deserve me in your life, and you definitely don't deserve your wife.
So what are you two gonna do then? You're actually gonna leave your pops, huh? You're gonna make it out there on your own?
It's way better than being here, subjected to your negativity. But you know what, Dad? It's fine. You're fine on your own, right? You have those OnlyFans subscriptions to keep you happy. You don't need us after all.
You know what? Maybe you're right about that, kid. Just get the hell out of here. I was always disappointed in you in the first place. I mean, I thought you were gonna be better than this. I thought that you were gonna be earning more money. But you know what? You couldn't even become a firefighter. What is there to be proud of? You're nothing, kid. You might as well be invisible. Get out of my house and take your useless mother with you. I'm better off without you guys.
It was really hurtful to hear that type of thing from my own father. I honestly did have a lot of respect for him. In the state that he's in now, I can't even recognize him anymore. He doesn't even look human to me. The way I conceptualized it was that there were two people, the guy before the accident and the guy afterwards. I still keep that image of the guy before the accident fresh in my mind. To me, that's who my real father is. My real father wouldn't look on this man with pity. He would still do what he could to help him. Because of that, my mother and I moved out and got a house of our own. But I hired a worker to look after my dad and make sure that he was actually doing the rehabilitation. From what I heard, my dad put up a lot of resistance at first. He complained about the worker and said that he wanted some independence. He didn't want to have some spy over him. But at the same time, my dad didn't really have a choice. He wasn't getting any income, so he had to rely on me. Over time, Dad grew used to it and had a more positive outlook on the rehabilitation. I think over time he began to miss his family as well. I'm hoping that with his efforts in rehabilitation and some time alone, I can get back the dad that I always used to know. But in all honesty, I'm not keeping my hopes up. I know something like this is a low probability. On the other hand, my mother and I are doing fantastic. We bought the house and I was going to continue my job, but I realized that it's not really what I want to do, even though I'm quite good at it. In my heart of hearts, I've always wanted to be a firefighter, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I didn't do it for my dad, I did it for myself. And in all honesty, my dad can think whatever he wants about it, and it wouldn't bother me. But right now, I've been working as a firefighter for a couple of years, and I'm gaining a lot of reputation in the town. People know me as the hero. People are saying that I'm the spitting image of my dad when he was working. I'm proud to be able to represent my father in the way that I am now. I'm only hoping that my actions can overshadow his negative ones. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.